And we are back with the Remax Magnolia Real Estate Show with myself, Curtis Pope. And, of course, we have the boss lady herself from Remax Magnolia, Michele Cummins. And we got stats. We went through the Chilliwack stats, which I don't know if we've ever done. If we have, we've only delved into them a little bit. And this time we dove deep, so that was kind of cool to see what's going on there. But now you've got the rest of the Fraser Valley.
And, Curtis, to finish our conversation that we had between the break, I have a client who is going to be selling his house in the area that you like.
Oh, okay.
And so, actually, I just thought of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll send it to you so you can preview it.
Talk to my wife. I don't have any say in these things.
Okay, I'll send it to her.
I mean, she pretends I have a say.
Yeah, because it makes you feel good.
I mean, it's the same I know it's the same in your marriage too. So, Richard, he knows too that he doesn't really have a say in the matter.
He sure tries to have a say, though.
He tries, but that's just merely symbolic. He knows it doesn't really mean anything.
It's a two-way street.
We've
I guess
talked.
it's a compromise.
We know.
I think
there's no compromise. I know how it goes.
Yeah.
You know what, Richard? If you're listening, go buy a new car. I said it's okay.
Let's start talking about the stats.
What, you don't want him to buy a car?
No, unless it's a Cybertruck.
Well, no, but he needs a new old car. New TV car.
I was just talking to him about selling his twins, the red twins.
Well, what's he going to buy if he gets rid of the twins? Is he going to get like an A-Team van?
He doesn't need another car. Otherwise, I have to buy another house.
Okay, you know what? Then he needs a new guitar.
So let's
get to the stats. New guitar, then.
12-string.
Rickenbacker? You got him that for Christmas.
I did, actually.
I'll have to help you out this Christmas and figure out what we can spend
out of
your money this time.
So we're talking about how it's going into a buyer's market. Mm-hmm. Were we on the air when we talked about that?
We were. We talked about how in the news yesterday they were saying it's moving towards a buyer's market, but you say we're already there. Yeah. We're going deeper in.
Yeah. So sluggish sales and rising inventories see Fraser Valley moving toward a buyer's market. That was the head news of the release from the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board on October 2nd. The graph clearly shows that it is a buyer's market. It did pick up after the September long weekend, which in my business, it felt more like a balanced market for sure. But the stats show that the whole Fraser Valley, it went into a buyer's market in September. So with active inventory seeing levels not seen in 10 years and sales 30% below the 10-year average, Fraser Valley Real Estate is building towards a buyer's market if sales continue to lag like this. The Fraser Valley Real Estate Board did record sales in September down by 8% over August and by more than 10% over September of last year. With 3 rate cuts already and more expected before the end of the year, buyers are watching the market closely to time their purchasing decisions. At the real estate conference I was at this last week, the economist that was there from BCREA, actually, he says that, most likely because we now have a target, we're at the 2% inflation rate, and so the Bank of Canada most likely might even cut their rates the end of this month to 0.50, like 50 basis points rather than 2.5. So we'll see what happens, but he thinks it might be that aggressive. But yeah, the current conditions should favor buyers, particularly in the detached market. However, until we start seeing some improvement and movement in asking prices, properties will continue to sit on the market for extended periods as both buyers and sellers await the next rate announcement. So it does show the economists that most likely the market is going to get better in 2025 and then better even more in 2026. So they do have a positive outlook as far as the market's concerned, but clients still ask, wow, things seem like they're just so high priced still. And yes, there are a lot of properties out there on the market right now that are still too high in price, and you see them sitting there because they're just too high in price.
The one in our neighborhood's been up for sale for a while now. Yeah. Now it's a bigger house and it's a good chunk of land, but they seem to be having a hard time getting people to make offers anyway.
What price point is it? How much higher do you feel it might be than it should be?
Again, what do I know? I only have basic knowledge of what I've learned from you over the last 17 years. 17 years? How long were you doing this show?
It seems that long.
It does, doesn't it? Especially for you.
7, 6.
Maybe I don't think it's a lot because again, it is a big house. I think it's got a good chunk of land. So I don't know. Maybe it's only 150 high or 200, but still, it's
so about 10% higher than maybe it should be.
I would think maybe again, but what do I know?
Yeah, that seems right. It seems if you price your property 10% higher than it should be, it just sits. 5%, it's okay. There's some negotiating room there, but 10% is a big chunk. You usually need to come down price a bit before you start seeing action on things like that. So we know the demand is there. There's this demand in the Fraser Valley for buyers. After months on the sidelines, buyers want to get into the market, but many also need to sell before they can buy. So when you factor in affordability challenges and the anticipation of more interest rate cuts, we are seeing persistent weakness in the market. Average days on market. We had chatted in the first segment about Chilliwack and how many days it's taken to sell places in Chilliwack. Well, Fraser Valley for detached homes, it's taken about 35 days. Condos are at a third, about 37, and townhouses are taking about 30. So almost the same as Chilliwack. Benchmark prices in the Fraser Valley, it dipped again, of course, in September. The benchmark prices down 1.4% overall at 978,800. Now, would you have guessed how many years ago that in the Fraser Valley detached prices would fall under $1 million? It's been a while, it feels like, but it's at 978,800 now. Single family detached in the Fraser Valley is specifically 1,500,000. That's benchmark. Decreased 1.5% compared to August and decreased 1.3% compared to last year. Townhouses, 834,400, and that's a decrease of 1.4% compared to August and a decrease of 1.6% compared to last year. Apartments, 545,000, and that's a decrease of 0.2% compared to last month and an increase of 0.4% compared to September of last year. So Abbotsford detached benchmark prices, $1,200,700, and that's up 1% from last year, but down 1.7% from August. Townhouses, 657,500, up 1.9% from last year, down 1.1% from the month before. Apartments, 433,600, down 1.3% from last year and down 2.1% from the month before. Mission benchmark prices for detached homes just got over the 1 million mark. It's 1,003,400, but the average prices are actually 973. There's a difference there. We can go into that different segment. I think we have talked about the difference between a benchmark price, median price, and average prices and how they gather the information, but that's another show.
We have gone through that because I was confused by it a little bit, and you straightened me out.
I like to straighten you out sometimes.
I
Chris,
need it.
It's gone down. Detached houses emission 4.4% from last year. It's actually down 4.1% from the month before as well. Townhouses are at 672,000. That's up 2.3% from last year, down 1.8% from the month before. And apartments, 462,800 emission, and that is up 2% from last year and actually up 0.2% from the month before. And no, you don't need it, Curtis. You know, you're so humble.
My wife may disagree that I do need to be straightened out and kept in line and things like that.
I believe her.
Just like you, and you have to do it with Richard.
It's true. Detached. That's why two are better than one. We kind of keep each other in check, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Detached in White Rock, South Surrey, benchmark prices at $1,934,500. That's down 2.3% from last year and down 1.6% from the month before. Townhouses at $964,600. That's down 2.8% from last year, down 0.5% from last month. And apartments, $646,000, and that's up 3.5% from last year and actually up 3.5% from last month. Langley detached homes, benchmark prices, $1,633,700. That's up 0.5% from last year, down 0.8% from last month. Townhouses, $873,100. That is up 0.8% from last year, down 1.3% from last month. Apartments, $606,500, up 0.3% from last year, down just 0.8% from the month before. And North Delta, benchmark prices for detached homes, $1,468,200. That's up 5.1% from last year, down 0.4% from the month before. Townhouses, $929,700, down 4.6% from last year, down 2.8% from last month. Apartments, $581,300, down 0.4% from last year, but up 1% from last month. And our last municipality in the Fraser Valley, let's do the city of Surrey, all of Surrey combined, detached prices, $1,628,600, down 2.1% from last year, down 1.1% from last month. Townhouses, $861,200, down 2.3% from last year, down 1.3% from the month before. And apartments, $539,300, that's up 0.2% from last year and down 0.5% from the month before. And actually, detached in the Fraser Valley real estate market Guess what our 10-year change is? I just wanted to throw this one in. 153.8% change up.
Wow.
From 10 years ago. So if you look at that 10-year average, we're up 153.8%. And for townhouses in the Fraser Valley, we are up 155.6% for 10 years ago. And apartments, 182.7%. I've got the 5-year change, the 3-year change, the 1-year change, the 6-month change, the 3-month change, the 1-month change. If you need it.
The day-to-day change. He's got that hour-to-hour, minute-to-minute.
Yeah, just call me.
And of course, all those stats are available on your website.
They absolutely are at michelecummins.ca. You could reach out and ask for the full stats, and I'm happy to give that to you, or even for your neighborhood, or even for your street, or even for your building, or even for your strata. Can I go in before we go? And I don't have a quote for today, but I do want to chat about, my quote will be about some listings I have, because, winter's coming. Mm-hmm. Oh, we want to ski, we want to snowboard, we want to have fun in the snow. So up at Sasquatch Resort, very close to all of us here in the Fraser Valley, I've got a lot for sale. And there are a couple builders that build up there, know how to build up there, understand it all the trades. So I can hook you up with all the right people to build your dream chalet. I've got a lot for sale that you can ski right to the base of the mountain. There's Molly's Restaurant. There's the big outdoor park. There's the Frisbee golf in the summer. There's summer events. There's winter events. There's everything to do there. It's really a great community. And this lot is for sale at $300 and call it $30,000. So it's on Edelweiss Drive, and I'm happy. You could drive up there. You see my sign there. Have a look at it. Edelweiss Drive. And that is the asking price. So you could build your dream chalet or buy it and ready to build it 5 years from now or whenever you want. I also have at Harrison Hot Springs, which is also a resort zone. So resort. So you can short-term rental that chalet that you build. In fact, I had clients build a couple years ago. They bought a lot with me quite a few, maybe 5 years ago, 4 years ago. They built a house. It is beautiful. I actually just got to see it and walk through it last week. And it's gorgeous. And they short-term rental it, and they make really good money. And they're very picky, and they charge high rates. And they've got, it's so nice. And so you can enjoy it yourself and short-term rental it. You don't have to live there full time, but you can if you want. But it is resort zone, which we only have a few of in the BC, where we can actually still short-term rental it. So if you want to invest, but you don't have your vacation home yet, Sasquatch or Harrison Hot Springs is a place to go, because Harrison Hot Springs is its own city, so it's under that 10,000, and there are some strata, not very many, but I have a listing in a strata that actually allows short-term rentals. It's unit 409. Yes, it has views of Hot Springs Lake. It has views of Sheam. It's got 3 decks. It's 3 bedrooms. It's 2 bathrooms, and it's got amenities like a jacuzzi and a gym in it. So it's right on the lake. So yeah, it's off Esplanade Avenue. It's unit 409. As I said, it's $735,000. So for $735,000, you can have this as your vacation property, and you could short-term rental it, or it could be for your retirement in the future as well. I mean, that is a great buy too. And it's 1,540 square feet, the unit. It's a really bright, nice unit, vaulted ceilings.
Yeah, that's on the top floor as well, isn't it? It's on
yes,
the fourth
it
floor.
is.
Yeah, I saw that listing.
PH, they call it, penthouse.
Yeah, it's a very nice spot looking right on the water. It'd be a great spot.
Yeah, it's got big decks. The decks are big. And then I've got this new listing in Mission off Hurd Street. It's on a corner lot. It's a rancher. So if you're looking for a rancher in Mission on a good sized lot, and it's a private lot, fully hedged, it's 8,340 square foot lot. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom rancher, and it's 800 and pretty much 80,000. So 880 is the price for that one. It's almost 1,200 square feet. It is adorable. They have maintained this so well. And so if you're looking for a rancher in Mission, that's the one. So call me out today. And I'm going to leave you with a couple more. Barker Court. I have a brand new construction, very gorgeous, custom designed. It's not like the other brand new ones that you see here and there. You really have to look at it. We have an open house today. James is hosting it, and tomorrow. So have a look at the open house details on Realtor.ca or my website or our social medias. It's a brand new, like I said, home. It's almost 3,000 square feet. It has a suite. It's really great. It's $1 million and just under 300,000. And then our duplex is up at Harrison Highlands on Mount Woodside, 30 minutes east of Mission, in that beautiful community. Our duplexes, which are freehold, there's no strata. They're 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, single garages, long driveways, brand new with beautifully landscaped, because these new homes have landscaping, and it's gorgeous. We just have the price. It's $799, $900, like under $800 for that. It's amazing. And there's no property transfer tax because it's a new home under the threshold, and the GST you can just throw into your mortgage. So I wanted to leave you all with those amazing new listings and changes.
All right. And if people want to see these listings, and there's many others as well, where can they go?
MichelleCummins.ca.
And join us again next week when we will talk real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.